Hi, welcome to our platform. In this video, I will explain you how we work and how to set up your system. Everything starts with integrations. Integrations control the application workflow and they connect the agents with the endpoints. Agents track data sources and endpoints connect to new data sources to deliver data. Agents can monitor data sources via polling or via push. Via polling means that they're constantly checking your data source to look for new data. This can be done using our own cloud-based server, or you can download an agent and run it directly on your private network. Agents can track XML, JSON, or CSV files, or look into SQL databases. Every time a new entry is identified in your data, it will kickstart the integration process and send the data that were loaded into the endpoints. The endpoints will then deliver the data according to the specified configuration. And this can be executing a SQL query, connecting to a URL, writing a file, or sending an email. This means that you can insert or update databases, call REST services, write files, or send emails. But let's go back to the integrations. Integrations control the entire process. So, to create an integration, you need to have agents and endpoints. You have to have at least one agent and one endpoint for integration to work, but you can have as many as you want. So, you can have a single agent sending data via the integration to any number of endpoints, or you can have multiple agents sending data via the integration to a single endpoint. These sample integrations load data from a SQL database and write them to a CSV file, or load data from an XML file and update it in a SQL table. Let's create a new integration. Let's give it an identifier, title, and just a small description. Now we need to select the agent. In this case, we'll use the Daring Firewall Tracker. Next, we need to select the endpoint, and we will use the endpoint CSV file to write the data to a CSV file. Now we can create the integration. As you can see on the integration overview, you now have a new integration with one agent and one endpoint. The agent is an XML agent that is executed every hour. This means that every hour we'll go to this address, process the outcome XML, look for these properties, title, author, content, and URL. Once a new entry is found, that means that there's a new ID for a new entry, the data will be delivered to the endpoint. The endpoint, in this case, is a file, and we will append data to a file called daring.csv with the title, author, content, and URL. We also have a function to specify the time of delivery. As you can see, the variables that we use to write the data to our file match the selectors that are configured for the agent. Let's go back to our dashboard. Now, as you can see, we have a summary view with our new integration testing platform that connects one agent, the Daring Firewall Tracker, with one endpoint, our testing CSV file endpoint. Now, we don't want to wait for 1 hour for this to execute, so we'll just kickstart the execution on demand. Now the integration has started, and as we go back to the dashboard, we can see that we already have a few events. So we already have a few entries that were loaded less than a minute ago. This means it was just right now. So if we go now to the files of the user, we now see that there's a new file called daring.csv which contains the content of our database. Let's just look at this file and see its content. As you can see, we now have a CSV file with all the entries that were loaded by the system and written to a new CSV file. Going back to our system, you can also look at individual events data. So let's look at this one. In this event, we can see the title, the author, and its content that we loaded. Let's go back to our home now, and this is a basic overview on how the application works. Go ahead and create your own integrations.